Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/JustNoMil. In today's episode, MIL wants to visit in my house while it's messy. Jamil is obsessed with feeding my children food that's been in her mouth. MIL wants to go by name that is similar to baby's name. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. MIL wants to visit in my house while it's messy. Just a rant, my MIL is nosy and sometimes a JustNoMil. When she comes over, I make sure the house is spotless and that everything that I don't want her to see is put away. I have tea and snacks ready to go. Lately she has been saying you don't have to do anything special for me when I come over because she knows that her visits stress me out. But the idea of her wandering around my messy house, rifling through things and judging my housekeeping skills stresses me out even more. Hubby and I were supposed to take her out to lunch tomorrow. Late this evening, at the last minute, he mentions that she might want to come over and hang out at our place. Now I have to spend the entire morning cleaning and MIL-proofing the house. We are doing IVF. She doesn't know. I have medications everywhere. She has a tendency to open cabinets and drawers without asking. I'm supposed to be staying calm and have no stress to have a successful IVF cycle. I'm tired. Sigh. Update *******. I gently pushed back to hubby's change of plans and he immediately got it. We went out for a lovely lunch and a walk in the park as originally planned. The weather was really nice, so it made way more sense than being indoors at our house. She had a few JustNoMil moments, the biggest asking about kids. The one that made me feel better about my decision was when hubby asked her where she wanted to for lunch. Hubby, where do you want to go for lunch? X or Y restaurant? JustNoMil, I don't know, you two decide. Me, let's do X restaurant. JustNoMil, let's go to Y restaurant instead. Ugh. Looks like hubby'd better start cleaning. He will just run a vacuum over the floor and be done with it. And I'll get blamed for everything else. Late this evening, my husband mentioned she might want to come over and hang out. So I said, it's really not a good time, I need to keep my stress levels low and I'm not up for hosting. My husband is supportive and understanding, so he shot his mom a text then and they're making alternative arrangements. I slept well knowing on the morning I wouldn't have to worry about Mil showing up and was able to have a quiet, relaxing morning to get ready for the day. OP, I hope that's how the story went. Now continue to do this. Speak up for your needs. Let hubby deal with his mama. I have a JustNoMil that literally runs her fingers over my ledges and makes faces if she finds dust. She's told my SAL not to let her kids get a bath at my house and will scrunch her nose if someone asks to use my tub. I have a clawfoot tub. I have several cleaning ladies/companies in the past and it infuriates her. I truly believe it's jealousy, but she always acts like my house is filthy to others and makes the most ridiculous comments about my house. I hate your countertops. I've learned that no matter how clean, how beautiful, how sparkly, or how wonderful my house looks, she'll find something to comment about. We recently bought a gorgeous farmhouse and had the entire family, 50+ people, over for a big party, and I found her on the 3rd floor in my closet complaining to her niece about my organization. These JustNoMils are not ones you can please. It's best to not try, because the effort causes more stress, and the outcome is never what you want. Lose the expectations. Have a funeral for them. She's not someone you can trust. Hold on to your DH and build your family. Share your dreams and your space with people who you love and love you back. She has a tendency to open cabinets and drawers without asking. Then why is she invited over? Has she been called out on that behavior? Does she do this right in front of you? How obnoxious. I'd be putting a key lock on my BR door and locking it any time she's over. I cannot recommend a thumbprint doorknob enough. You're about to get very tired if you aren't already, Put the thumbprint doorknob on the master suite or other place that you can easily keep your meds and other important things like a home office or both. And then you don't have to scramble to tidy those rooms either. Amazon has great ones that aren't too pricey. Mine has been so helpful. Great advice. I love keypad door locks for this reason. One-time use codes that can be changed for true emergencies. I am sorry. It is just me, but my DH would be paying for cleaning service if he wanted her to come over. If you are supposed to be staying stress-free in the hopes of having a successful IVF cycle, then some of that burden falls on your husband to keep your home life as stress-free as he can, and that includes telling his mother no, we are going out for lunch, and not giving her the option to come to the house where he himself can do all the extra cleaning and make the house mother-in-law proof that usually has to be done to have her over. Are you sure having a kid is a good idea if you can't turn her down now? You'll just hate your husband and MIL. Oh, I can turn her down. This is hubby changing plans at the last minute, unfortunately. JustNoMil is obsessed with feeding my children food that's been in her mouth. Exactly the title. She has been caught more than once. It's been a while since the last incident, so I thought she had stopped doing it, trying to feed my kids food that's been in her mouth. Tonight my youngest tried to give her a sucker. He's a toddler and doesn't know any better, and she sucked on it and gave it back to him for him to keep eating. I don't care if some people think that's not that weird, it's peak RSV season at the moment. I yelled at her instantly and said, please don't do that, he could get sick. And she said, well, I'm not sick, I've been in the hospital and just got home and I don't have a cold, and totally ignored my request. So when she went to try it a second time, my husband, thank God, witnessed it, and freaked out and yelled, stop it. And scared out of her that she actually jumped and stopped doing it. What grown adult needs to be asked to not do something twice? We promptly left, and I'm not going back to see her anymore. She had a health scare and now thinks the world revolves around her even more than it did before. We only went to see her because it was Halloween and she had a goodie bag for my kids, and I figured I wouldn't be seeing her for a long time since there's not a chance she's meeting my new baby when he's born till she learns to behave herself around small children. And if she doesn't care about sharing food, she clearly will not care if I ask her to not kiss my baby, so she just lost her privilege to meet him anytime soon. She can wait till springtime for all I care, and maybe not even then. My husband was so upset she pulled that crap right in front of us. He was and still is in shock. She has not been allowed to watch my kids alone due to a prior incident. I'll need another post for that. And now with her health scare plus acting like a fool and arguing with a pediatric nurse who sees completely healthy kids end up in the ICU with 3-day wait times to even get a hospital bed right now, she will absolutely never watch them again alone because she won't respect our very reasonable requests. So screw you, JustNoMil, you've now lost any chance you had of meeting my newborn. The absolute nerve of this witch. Your MIL woke up as a bird? OMG. Me, to myself, they are little humans, not little birds. My literal thought when I read the title, I was like, is this woman attempting to baby bird these children? EW. I mean, I get the child doesn't care, but all I can think of is a bird regurgitating food into a baby's mouth. I blame your JustNoMil. My ex-MIL did this. It was disgusting. My soul flew out of my body for a second like, WTF did I just witness? This woman did not just spit out soup and fed my 3-month-old infant with her spoon. I'm sorry, you are also dealt with the rancid MIL card. Soup. She did it with soup? Not that chewing anything up and giving to a baby from your mouth is okay, or necessary, but what the hell, soup is already liquid. I hope she has no dental concerns. The bacteria that causes tooth decay can be introduced this way. I'm sorry you have to deal with this. Yes. My youngest has serious dental issues because of things like this happening amongst family members. On top of a genetic condition, but the sharing of food definitely hasn't helped. This is exactly what I was thinking. Even cavities. Just as a cold virus can be passed from one person to the next, so can cavity-causing bacteria. Infants and children are particularly vulnerable. Germs can quickly spread from mouth to mouth via shared food and utensils, sneezing, kissing, and more. Cavities, herpes, cold sores, canker sores, gingivitis. The list goes on. Who the F does this? It's friggin' 2022. Yep. My coworker had bad teeth and the pediatrician told her not to even blow on her kid's food because the child's teeth were rotting as fast as they were growing in. Is she a bird? WTF? Who does that? What adult wants to share with a kid anyways? Do you know what all kids get into a day? I still have to remind my 5 ironies to wash her hands after she poops. I'm sorry. That's on the level of sharing SMTHNG with a pet and eating it, not that kids are pets. But they do both get into some raunchy things sometimes. And all the backwash kids leave after they drink brew. That's disgusting. We're in the middle of a pandemic with an outbreak of RSV, and it's also flu season. EW dude. Why would you take a thing that's been in a kid's mouth and put it in yours? Those little guys are like disease vectors. I was just thinking this too. If I've just been in the hospital recently, why the hell would I want to stick something a kid had in their mouth into my own? Then add the fact that she was just in the frickin' hospital and was exposed to 1,000,000,001 things there that she may not even know she has yet. Ugh. Just. Everyone keep things in their own mouths. THX. Swear just last week my 5-year-old had a strawberry blow pop and was like, "Mommy, taste this. It is so good." I was like, no thanks, don't want it after it's been in your mouth. MIL wants to go by name that is similar to baby's name. Hello all. I wanted to hop on this thread to see if I am overreacting. I have a very overbearing MIL. Eve posted about her before a few months ago while I was pregnant. Things got a little out of hand and then settled down a bit. Anyways, right when we told her about the baby, she claimed dibs on being Nana. My mother sort of wanted to be Nana but didn't want to be the same thing as her. She didn't know that at first though, but then sort of knew and was like, we can both be Nana. But my mom didn't want to make a big deal of it and was just going to choose something else, and it really didn't matter much. Then 1 week out from when the baby's due date, my MIL decided to change her grandma name last minute to something extremely similar to the baby's name. She texted my mom that she was changing it and asked what my mom was gonna be. My mom said, if you're not going to be Nana, I will if that's okay. But I haven't decided yet. Then she told my fiance's brother and girlfriend that my mom requested to be Nana, so she kindly accepted the request and is just going to be Lily. Anyways, our baby's name is Lila and she wants to go by Lily. I'm afraid this will be confusing for others as well as the baby, and quite frankly, I really don't like the grandma name, so if people think it is a nickname for our baby and start calling her that, I will be upset. I feel like she waited a week before to change it so my mom would pick something else and not get Nana, and then she could confirm we had chosen the name for the baby. I think she wanted it to be similar so it goes together. Am I overreacting for thinking this is weird? My fiancé got mad at me for mentioning it and said I need to focus on more important things. I would just start calling her grandma last name and just go with that. My oldest picked names for his grandparents once he got old enough to talk. To me, grandparents picking their names is so weird and kind of cringy. Especially the weird-ass ones people come up with. My son's step-grandma makes everyone call her ma'am. I gotta say, I get extremely annoyed by the whole grandma name thing. I get that this might be an unpopular opinion, but my God, can people show their narcissism? A grandma is a grandma is a grandma. I get the variations like Nana, but stringing random syllables together for a brand new name is going too far. If your kiddo were to talk about her grandma to people outside of the family, would they understand WTF she is talking about? I went to my Lily's house this weekend. Oh, what's that? Oh, you mean your grandmother, okay. So in the end, you had to use the word. Now I get that I'm in a different position since my family is French and my husband's family is English, so my mom is grandmaman and my DH's mom is grandma, but growing up I had two French grandmothers and they were grandmaman C and grandmaman J, and I was never confused about it. Why are people inventing problems that have never existed before? Since you're already this deep into it, I don't think you can take it all back, especially after you've let your mom claim Nana. But in your shoes I would tell MIL that she has to pick a name that is recognizable as referring to a grandmother in the language you all speak. None of this it's Swedish for grandma, even though none of us are Swedish ourselves crap. Or, just refuse to refer to her as whatever stupid name she's picked and call her grandma when speaking to your child. Eventually she'll pick up on it and mimic you. That's not a real word and I'm not calling you that. Sorry, got a little triggered because I see this sort of post pretty often. LOL, tell her you changed the baby name and watch her burn in anger. Come up with something she absolutely hates, like moo moo, and teach LO to call her that. You sort this issue by say hi to grandma. Oh, let's go visit grandma. No, it's Lily. Sorry it changed so many times I forgot, grandma's just easier and won't confuse our child, sorry. Anyway, I have a nappy to change. Reinforce the grandma at home, especially towards the 1 to 2 years old mark, and she will forever be known as grandma. Don't play her BS game and just play the overtired mum card. Oh sorry, I forgot, so confusing. She looks like an ass and learns her petty BS don't win. She can call herself whatever she wants. What she can't control is what you teach your children to call her. All of her cards and gifts are addressed to grandma name of your choice. When you are going to see her, it's okay kids, we are going to see grandma name of your choice. She is only known by what you decide. Every social media post with her or that you need to post with her associated? It's grandma name of your choice. Play stupid games, win a grandma name of not her choosing. Baby will call her whenever you do. Pick a different name for her and only refer to her as that name. It's weird that she wants a matchy name with the baby, but in all reality it doesn't matter. You get to decide what she will be called anyway. Honestly, kiddo is gonna call her whatever they're gonna call her. My mom was adamant that she was Mimi and my dad wanted to be grandpa. No one knows how this came to be, but my nephew ended up calling my poor dad Bobby. So now dad's grandpa name is Bobby. Very true. My daughter had two papas before my Phil passed. All on her own, though, she decided that my dad was Big Papa and Phil was Little Papa. She picked Nana for my mom, who she didn't know until we broke NC this year, and my Mil is a Tam Tam because her name is Tammy LOL. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.